Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. I want to share something really quickly. It's been a good session. I appreciate you for being here. Um, but I don't want to do this without dropping some things for you to work with. I want to talk about the long cost of unresolved conflict. I want to share that with you in the form of 5 ways relationships drain you over time. It just so much aligns with what we're talking about today. It's very important that we learn these lessons. Let me see here. Where is it? Yeah, this is very, very important. But I'm going to keep it very concise, straight to the topic. Unresolved conflict is draining your love. First and foremost, bitterness. Bitterness grows interest over time. Okay? It grows interest. If you, like I said, if you want to take 10 years to heal, knock yourself out. If you want to say, everyone is different, you want to give yourself excuses to sit around in a funky relationship when you know that it's not working out. Sure. But just like the IRS, God forbid, you get hit with a bill. It's not free. If you made a mistake, it comes with penalties and interest. The same thing is true in relationships. You know when people say time heals, time heals. Yeah. If you can't humble yourself, time is not going to heal that. You're going to pay penalty. You're going to pay a dear price. You're going to pay penalties. You're going to pay interest for all those time, because time is not your mate. Emotions no be your mate. Time no be your mate. Time is life. Hey, I'm not saying you shouldn't take your time, but I'm just letting you understand that it's going to cost you, right? Bitterness compounds quietly, and if you're delaying yourself in terms of closure, or you're depending on other human beings for your closure, it will become emotional debt. So let's move on to number 2 really quickly. When love becomes a transaction, resentment is inevitable. You know how people want to be logical and they say, hey, love is all a transaction. Let's just be logical. Let's just call a spade a spade. Listen, what you're talking about is your mindset. It's a mindset. Okay? I'm not going to take away from the fact that you're right. I know you want to be right so badly.
You're right.
No, I'm not going to take away from that. Okay? But when you reduce relationships to a matter of return on investment, give and take, it has to give and take. You're basically telling me that you lack game. Okay? You lack game. You're probably weird in international, in interpersonal relationships. You're a robot. You're like, it must be a certain way. You know what you're doing? You're still presenting yourself in a certain way to another human being who is more, granted, they are more emotional than you. You're right. They are more emotional than you. Okay. But guess what? You have to deal with them. Okay. And by the way, you're breeding hostility. You're building an environment of hostility. You don't want to be seeing people as, if you tend to see people as, what's the word I'm looking for? If you tend to see people as investment, you will kill intimacy. It sounds kumbaya, okay? What I'm saying is that I know you're a robot. The other person is probably not a robot. That's all I'm saying, okay? Let's move on real quick. I'm not going to waste time. Number 3, legal battles are the final language of broken trust. You want to be logical so bad? Oh yeah, trust me. When you get to court, they will help you be logical. Trust me, because that's what they're not emotionally entangled in your BS. So they don't have any choice than to help you be logical. But I guarantee you, you're not as logical as you think you are. You want to fight the battles. You want to let's pull it. No, lesson. And you don't know when to say, hey. Because even the court will actually give you opportunities. They will say, hey, let's do. Even some jurisdiction will force mediation. They said, no, talk it out first. They will even force it. They will say, no, it's mandatory. If you want to, you can bring it back to trials. We'll help you make it logical. But you won't like yourself. It takes an emotional toll. Okay? If the court has to step in when it comes to your communication skills, when communication fails, when there's communication breakdown, I pray that God helps you. It doesn't matter what side you fall on. Okay? It doesn't matter what side you fall on. It doesn't matter if you're the man. I know you're like, oh, the man gets to suffer more. All that. But okay? Even legal win will leave emotional losses will leave emotional stress on you. I'm just warning you. That's all I'm saying. I'm warning you. The skills you need they're still skill set, but they're not things you can just read and just say, I read, I'm pragmatic, I'm logical. It's not that simple. If it was that simple, everyone would be figuring it out. You're not smarter than everybody else. We're just human beings. That's all. Okay. All right. So when police are involved, if you have to call the police, it's already too late at that point in time. But safety first. Don't ever forget that. Let's move on to number 4. Public lies create private damage. I think we talked about this a little bit on our last evergreen session. Public lies will create private damages. What do I mean by that? False claims will harm innocent people. Oh yeah, karma is real. No, what about children? What do you mean karma is real? I'm not disagreeing that karma is not real, but what about children? Did they commit offenses? No, they did. I just want you to think beyond karma is real. I want you to think beyond that. This life is not Nollywood. It's not your Nollywood story with the end where the bad man just always dies. Sometimes you leave residues for your children if you don't know how to behave. So I want you to think beyond just you yourself. That's why I don't like the word selfish. The word selfish is usually coming from a place of emptiness. Self-love, yeah, it's probably more about abundance. But I get it. You might think it's semantics. I just want you to think beyond that, okay? Children will often carry the consequences of adult chaos. I want you to pay attention to that as we move forward. Last but not the least, definitely not the least. Divorce drains more than money. It drains identity. Please, when divorce has happened, it has happened. If you are fantasizing that it's going to fix your life problems, I want you to rethink that. Okay, just in case. If safety is not on the line, I want you to rethink that. Legal fees, emotional fatigue, they last, but they're not as big of a deal as your sense of identity. And you might not even know what I mean yet. But by the way, if you've gone through divorce, you need healing too. You need to work on yourself. Evil men suffer from it. Okay, men will lose structure. They will lose their sense of identity, the sense of masculinity. They feel defeated. Outside of assets, I know you want to sign prenup, just sign prenup. There's one gentleman back in the days, he used to go around different channels and just say prenup doesn't, it helps with your tangibles, your financial assets and stuff like that. But when somebody said feeling bled dry, we're talking about this psychological toll that it takes on you. It's not easy. It's not easy. I'm just warning you. So why am I saying all of that? If you've gone through divorce, it's okay. It's all right. But you need healing. You're not just going to repeat talking points to yourself and you think that's the end of it. No. If you haven't gone through divorce, then that means you still have work to do. All of us have work to do. Protect yourself. Have proactive measures in place. Have active ways that you continue to check in on yourself, your relationships. Make sure you're living in a conducive environment. And then also build some skills around how to respond to crises, because crises are inevitable. Do me a favor, Sha. Hopefully you got some lessons out of that. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. Hopefully you've been enlightened, educated. We'll see you on the next one. I'll be back very, very soon. Take care. God bless. This is Ola, Man of Prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoyed this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife Lola and I have written 2 powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and Number 1 Red Flag. Yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 732 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here.